Good morning and welcome to Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, on this pretty miserable and wet morning. But just like the Vietnamese people, I'm not going to let that defeat me, whereas they are not defeatists. Now today I'm going to take you on a tour. I know I've done videos of Hanoi before on previous videos, but today I'm going to take you on a history tour and a cultural tour, something a bit different of Hanoi. It includes wartime, the way of life, foods they eat, things like that. So we're going to start here, and thousands of years ago China occupied most of northern Vietnam, and we've got a monument here to start with. It says 1010 Phong Long, Hanoi. Now, back in the day, thousands of years ago, China occupied northern Vietnam. The Vietnam capital was in Thong Long, and when they defeated China and pushed them out of Vietnam, they transferred the capital from Thong Long to Hanoi in the year 1010. So over 1,000 years ago, Hanoi was brought back to be the capital of Vietnam. So I'm just going to go over the road and I'll show you something over there. As most of you know, a certain guy called Ho Chi Minh is treated like a godlike figure here in Vietnam to bring an independence to all of Vietnam. And here we have a monument which was erected in honour of his name, to commemorate all the wars that were fought in Vietnam. And here we have a man with a gun. On this side we have a lady with a sword, see? And in the middle, no, that's not an Olympic torch, we have a man with a bomb. And that symbolises that you will fight and you will die for this country no matter what. We will not be defeated. So that's what that monument represents, and it's at the start of the Old Quarter, which is just behind this temple here. And so we're going to have a walk up there, and we'll have a look around and I'll point out some things for you down there. So, interesting tree here. And you will see Vietnam flags being flown all over the city, basically all over Vietnam. They fly their flags. You will see one particular flag. See this flag here with multicolours on it. And now what does that represent? No, it's not gay pride or anything like that. Wherever you see that flag, it tells you that there is a temple right next door. And here is the temple here. We'll just have a quick look in. We won't go in because we've seen many temples before. So wherever you see that particular flag flying, you will see a temple right next door. So we're going to head up the road here into the Old Quarter. It's just up there, and there's a Quam Lake, a very popular lake for people to walk around, romantic dating sites. People take their partners there, have a walk around and a chat. So we're just entering the Old Quarter now. Many eateries around here, and got a juice shop here. Now look at this. Have you ever heard of something like this? We have orange juice, apple juice, watermelon, pineapple, carrot, and then you come down to this one, toad juice. What the hell is toad juice? Obviously Hanoi was occupied by the French for hundreds of years, and also in the 1940s. Maybe that's a resemblance of French eating frogs, so they call it toad. I don't know, but I've never heard of toad juice before. I don't know if you have. Let me know in the comments if you have. And this street here, you'll see a lot of streets in Hanoi named after a certain trade. That particular street is resembling just one particular trade, and this street here is Flower Street. So many shops selling flowers of all kinds. This is the only street I've seen in Hanoi that sells flowers, on Flower Street. And they're going early in the morning, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and they're all selling their fruits and everything. Eateries open as well. All this pork. And we see here this stuff here in wrapped in bow. This is betel nut. Betel nut basically is the only legal drug in Vietnam. All the ladies eat it, but in the old days it was fashionable to eat it, but it gives you a high, a bit like marijuana, but it also blackens your teeth. And women always used to eat it because they thought it was a beauty pageant. They thought it was a beauty thing to eat betel nuts and have your teeth black, which nowadays looks horrendous. Now everyone has white teeth. So that's what the betel nut does. Gives you a high like marijuana, but also blackens your teeth pretty quickly. And yeah, you still see some women, older generations especially, with black teeth, and that's because they eat betel nut. Not because they don't look after their teeth. They brush their teeth, but it stains their teeth black. And all cooking chickens here, running around yesterday, pouring hot oil all over them. All different kinds of rice. Look how presentable that is. Look. Hello. And this is the start of the back streets. We're going to have a wander down. I mean, look at the motorbikes here. They're just parked everywhere. And here we are. Here we got a duck. So you can still see his head there. Look, looking at me. All sorts of meats here. Pork. What's that? That's chicken feet, which I have had before, which is very fatty and floppy and very rubbery and fat. Oh, it tastes horrible in your mouth. You know? I wouldn't eat it again, that's for sure. More meat being prepared. So we shall turn right up here and head deep into the Old Quarter. See, as I said in my previous video from Ninh Binh, they love flying their Vietnamese flags and communist flags. They're everywhere, and they keep them up all year round. As we've just come round the corner here, got this lovely cafe here. It's a French cafe. Look at the name, Bangkong. But look at the artistry there, look at the flowers on there. It looks quite beautiful. Typical French style building and cafe. If you want an expensive cup of coffee, go in there and you can have any type of coffee you want. We're just entering this road here. As you can see, Ho Hang Back, and this street is what you call Silver Street. And this here, let me just remind you, got all these motorbikes here, because this here is a local police station, and they confiscate all these bikes are illegally parked. Sometimes they go all around, they collect all the bikes and bring them here. And in here, You've got all the confiscated gear, tables and chairs, which are laid out on the tables, which are illegal, and the police take them away and hook them up there where they have to pay a fine to be released again. Okay. And yeah, so all these bikes are all confiscated, and the owners have to pay money to get them back. Interesting. And this is our silver street. We've got silver jewellery shops all over the place, all down this street. Got pearls, got some jade. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Silver's a new commodity at the moment, rivaling gold. The price of silver has shot up. Unfortunately, I haven't got any money in silver, which I wish I had, but I don't. People all out on the street eating their breakfast, normally po. Want a banh mi? There's a good banh mi shop there. And here there's just one of these flags here again, see? And you say, where's the temple? No temple here, well, it's a very small one. A very small temple, which is in here, which also opens up into a private house where actually people live here. So let me show you inside quickly, and we'll just see how these people live here. And it's Temple of the Holy Mother. Oh. Have a quick butcher's in here. People actually live here. Yeah. Got all these gifts here. Buddha. There's a big Buddha. And here in the corner, see up there. See, that is the Holy Mother. Can you see that? Just up there. It's not the real person, it's all wax now. But I've got all these Chinese artistry vases all over. Hello, pussycat. Hello. And then oh, you get these figures here. Oh, your feet, there we go. There we go. Nice pussycat. Then you knocked the laptop over, didn't you? Yeah. So we can go up to the first floor, or the second floor as they call it, and wait till you see what's up here. This is actually a private house dwelling. This is where people are living in here. Very nice walls. And all these boots and boxes, they sell these to the public, and they set fire to them and put them on the lake. A moment of good luck. And as we turn around, we look at that. Man, that was impressive. It really is impressive. But I think we've seen enough temples on this trip, so we'll leave it at that and head back out. Got the fish tank there. So yes, a little hidden away temple here. You would never think it's here, but when you, as I say, when you see these flags here flying, these multicoloured flags, there is a temple right there. And you wouldn't know it was here Look, it does say Handback Temple there, really hidden away. As we come to the end of Silver Street, we turn right into this street, Hang Jang, and this is what they call the night market street. There's all the shops down here on both sides are selling clothing of all kinds in the shops, and then after 7 o'clock in the evening they bring them all out onto the street. The street is closed off to traffic and they bring them all out, and the whole street is covered in a night market, and it's quite a spectacle at night. I will do another video of a nighttime walkabout. I did do one a few years ago, but I will do one again, going to sort of different areas of the Old Quarter and show you what things happen during the evening. So if you want decent clothing, this is a street to come. And the first couple of nights I was in Hanoi, I'd done a ton of research on the internet, and then I came out for a walkabout to find all these interesting and hidden places that you may find interesting, instead of just walking around the Old Quarter with bars and restaurants and clothing shops. I did do a lot of research and I came out and I hopefully have found quite a few good things that you would be interested in, especially as we go later on in the video to do with the Indochina War with France and then later with America. And then obviously we come to this street here, Pangia. And this street, a lot of you parents who've got kids and children would love this street. This is called Candy Street. It's just full of sweet shops. Sweets and candy everywhere. Morning. We've got coffee and drinks and tea, all kinds of coffee you would like. Biscuits, as Americans call them, cookies. But look at these towers and towers of candy and sweets. Anyone with a sweet tooth would love this. Children would love this shop. Children would love this shop. Yeah? Beautiful. Hello. Every shop selling candy, sweets, biscuits, all sorts of stuff. All dried fruits there. More sweets and nuts. They're everywhere, every street. You would think to yourself, they're all next door to each other. How does anyone make a profit? Do they go to one particular shop? Oh, well, I don't know. But this is some street, this is. Now remember, Candy Street, if you want to bring your children here. A lady with flowers on her bike. More flowers. Yeah, so Hangia. That's a shop. That's a street we need to come to for a sweet tooth person. Right, well, I'm lost now. Where do I go now? I need to look at the map, find out where I am. Right, and as we come out of Candy Street, we turn left onto this street, Ngui Siu, whatever that means. But this is also called Tobacco Street. Most of the shops here are selling tobacco, cigarettes. So if you're a smoker like me, any sort of tobacco you can get. Cigarettes, there's one, they're everywhere, they're all down this street here. Lighters, anything to do with tobacco. You've even got the big papers, even though it's illegal here, you can still get the big marijuana. Oh, I want these. How much? How much? How much? I want to buy one. 150,000. What for? Box? 5? 5. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, thank you. 750,000 for a box of Golden Virginia. Really good. There's another one over there. Obviously, we've got a pharmacy where you can get some tobacco pouches if you don't want to smoke. Another tobacco shop. All kinds of things to do with smoking. This is the street we want to come to. See, it's weird how a lot of the streets are dedicated to one particular trade. And it baffles me how they make money when they're all right next door to each other, all selling the same thing. But they seem to make a living. And you will notice when you walk around the Old Quarter, there's no traffic lights. The traffic just comes from all directions. That's because at one time there was traffic lights, but Vietnamese people, being who they are, they ignore all the rules. They ignore everything. So the traffic lights, there were some around, but they took them all down and they put them up here as a monument. See? All these traffic lights. They took all the traffic lights down and just created a monument out of them because everyone ignored them. There was no point in having them. It's just a total waste. The motorbikes and the traffic didn't pay any attention to the traffic lights, and they still don't to this day. So, good observation. Why are those traffic lights up there? It's because they ignore them. So what they do, instead of throwing them away, they put them at this junction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-piece junction, and they're all up there. See? Hanoi Plaza Suite. There's a massage centre in there as well. Want a massage? Now, when I was in Hoi An, their traditional dish was called Khao Lao. Khao Lao. I've just seen a barber shop here, look. Barber shop called Khao Lao. And Khao Lao is a dish. It's not a haircutting place. Why do you get free Khao Lao in there as well? But it won't be the same as Hoi An. No way. All sorts of little restaurants here, eateries. People are having their breakfast. And here we have some hot pancake fritters. You can have fritters and spring rolls. And what are they made of? Well, this is what they're made of. Worms. Look. You can eat worms here. Yep. A worm fritter. I might have to try one day. So we're deep into the Old Quarter now. And up here we've got the gate. And at one time, before the French Indochina War, there were 6 gates all around the Old Quarter to protect the Old Quarter from invasions. And after the war they were all damaged and then all pulled down. But this one remained. And why was this one remained? It remained because, see the flag up there? See that multicolour flag? There's a temple up there. And they could not pull it down because of the temple. So it stayed here and it's just remained here. So we're going to go into the market street now. And we can see people at work and what people are going to have for dinner. Look at this, a whole cage. Look, a whole cage of chickens. Look, oh my god, a whole cage of chickens ready to be slaughtered. They'll be plucked and they'll be on this plate later on. A bit cruel, but that's how they do things here. And they need cutting up the fish, which comes from the Red River. And they're quite handy with a machete, look. So if you see a woman chasing you down the street with a machete, run like hell, because they will catch you and they will chop your neck off. And again, we've got more worms here. And worm fritters. Oh, more chickens, look. More chickens ready to be smoked. They don't know it yet. And then at the back there we've got some pigeons. Where you can have pigeon pie, and then it all ends up here. There's the eggs. And here you can get your bearings. As the Central Backpackers Hostel. That's where I first stayed when I first came to Hanoi about 9 years ago. It's alright in there. Got a little market here. Shall we have a coffee? No. Market here. People eating all sorts. Somebody else says, I just killed the chicken. Now they're plucking it, getting all the shit out the inside, like getting all the feathers off. And here they all are in the cage. Look at their poor little friend being slaughtered. Yeah. Oh. More fish being prepared here. Yep. Cut the fins off and then they weigh them. Yeah. And I'll take you round to the markets, the wholesale markets where they buy all the stuff from, fresh. And they sardines. Someone tell me in the comments what kind of fish they are, because I've got pig's nose here, look. Pig's nose. Oh. Right. All good stuff. This is not a tourist area, this is where the locals come to get all their duck eggs, chicken eggs, quail eggs, all kinds of meats from any animal. A bit like the Chinese, they will eat anything that moves. If it moves, it's food. And here we have, if you like your crackling, your pork crackling, we have lots of pork crackling here, look at that. Beautifully cooked, beautiful. You can see the Vietnamese are not smiling, they are miserable people, they really are. And we have all sorts of, what's that, octopus? Octopus there, more worms, prawns, yeah, eels, lots of eels in there. Huge fish. Yeah.